And we are back very quick. Once again, welcome to Sasquatch's Wild Goose Trail Festival here in the beautiful Wayway Yonder State Park. As always, on the border of New Jersey and New York. So, before we close out, we have to have the interview with the ones who run the most important part of this trail festival, the aid station. And we have with us Doug and Maddie. What's up, guys? By the way, shout out, as you see, to the crew in the back and everything. We got the racist bananas. Run like you're going extinct. You shall run. Yo, that's a Gandalf run.
Run fast.
Yes, a very fast run.
If you get yourself in a pickle, that's when you go to the aid station.
So, as you see, like what happens in any ultra marathon, in a moment, you lose control of everything. That is what has happened right now, and we love every bit of it. Who are you guys saluting? Who's running?
Lauren and James Hoffman.
Lauren and James Hoffman are, what are they running?
A 50K.
So Lauren and James Hoffman are running a 50K. So listen, we appreciate you. We know you guys can stay there or you can run off, whatever you want to do. But thank you. We had to have y'all in the shot and stuff like that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Steve, who was in the aid station and is on his way to the
Ooh. Shout out to Steve. I hope Steve is up. Steve, get well,
Steve.
get better. We saw you, man. We're rooting for you. So you guys are, listen, I got to say this. I've been talking about this throughout live streams, talking about the importance of aid stations. I've traveled to a number of ultra marathons throughout the country, and some really well-known races. I've also traveled, I volunteered for the Quebec Mega Trail, which I was supposed to run but was injured, but I already covered that earlier, and I saw their aid station. And I will tell you, with maybe just the one in Quebec, I have not seen an aid station on par like you guys. Like, do you guys realize, I'm just going to go and say, do you realize that you guys probably run one of the best aid stations in all of trail running, at least in the United States of America? And I dare any race director to let's bring it. I love y'all. I love y'all because I want to run your races, and I love you. You guys know I love you. But I got to keep it real. I sort of kind of dare you guys to, like, let's get into that competition. I'm putting my money on you guys.
We love it.
Do you realize that? Do you realize how great of an aid station that you guys run?
I think we kind of have a good idea. Not to,
Listen,
it's kind of a humble brag, but
I don't know about all that, but
I do.
we try the best we can. We know how important it is.
Yeah. So what's your philosophy behind it? Because you could have easily just put M&Ms, chocolate chips, and some crackers out there, but you have a full-on restaurant that's happening.
You want to go first? Take it.
Well, I think the whole idea behind it is we come from both sides of it.
Okay.
Like, we're both runners. You know, we've both been down the road of coming into an aid station and not having the support that you think you're going to get.
Right.
And we know how important that is sometimes. So we try to go in the complete opposite direction of that, which is what you see over here.
Yeah,
basically.
I see.
But yeah, that's kind of where I come from with that whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you?
That's a great way to put it, Dougie. No, to kind of build on that, it's the volunteers that make or break a race. It's the volunteers, it's the race director, it's how it's put together. For my first ultra, I was feeling pretty low. I rolled into an aid station with, the idea of dropping. And, some kind words from a volunteer, a couple bits of food and drink. The right time, right place sort of thing. And got me on my way and got me to my finish, that I was looking for. And I don't know, it's kind of like Walt Disney World, it's every day you go, they treat it like the first day.
Wow.
So for anybody that's coming out here, and we know Kimmy and team, a lot of first timers here.
Right.
It should be the World Series every day, so do the best you can because you never know when you're going to need that help.
That is true.
That is true. That's kind of the philosophy.
Wow. So let me ask both of you, And prepping for Wild Goose, which really I can say probably is the one that Sasquatch invests the most time in and takes the most production. How much time do you take to prep what your approach, your planning, and then the execution is going to be for the aid station in advance? This should be
We're
interesting.
starting to talk about next year. You know, like each year, this is the third year, so we've steadily improved each year. That's not to say we started from scratch the first year, but our experience getting out there, knowing what we like,
Right.
you know, be the aid station that you want to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we've kind of built it out steadily to a point where we're really comfortable back there and we can handle pretty much everything. That's a full-blown kitchen back there. Got a stove, 2 griddles, dedicated corner to vegan, gluten-free, no contamination of utensils and pots and pans and stuff. That matters for folks that are coming out, you know?
Yeah.
Value add, right?
Yeah.
So we're thinking about next year already.
Wow. Doug?
I mean, when you talk about like prep prior, you know, I don't want to say we just wing it because we don't.
Right.
I would say, and this is just me, I don't know how Matt feels about this, but like I believe the experience that I've had in running races and being around races, whether I'm involved or not, crewing, whatever the case may be, I think just the experience of being around races where people are pushing themselves beyond what anybody really thinks they can do, because that's that's a lot of what's going on out here. These people are pushing themselves beyond what they actually think they can do.
Right.
And just being around that and having a little bit of experience with that, you know, that stuff kind of just falls together.
Yeah.
And you know from having experience, you know what some of these people need when they come in.
Yeah. So let me. Do you think that we know you're an aid, and I do want to get into the relationship between the runner and the aid station, but is there a relationship between the runner and the crews for the runners? I mean, the aid station and the crews, because I'm almost thinking how diverse and how expansive the aid station is. It probably takes some of the pressure off of the crews. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I mean, Matt and I have been doing this together for quite a while. You know, and I've crewed a lot of his races, and he's crewed a lot of mine. And I feel the same way. You come into an aid station and you know that like there's people there that got your guys back.
Right.
They got your best interest at heart. You know, don't get me wrong. The crew can't sit back and just let it happen.
Right.
But there's a lot less stress involved. I would have to, you know, I've been there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
You know, the hard part is for us trying to. It's kind of funny. People are out here running 36-hour races. They're running 100 milers, all sorts of distances, and we're like, man, our feet are killing us. You know? So I feel pretty stupid complaining, but you get attached to people. You know, you want to help people succeed.
Right.
Whether that's through helping their crew help them or for helping them directly, and it's kind of tough to take a break, catch a couple hours sleep because you might miss something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a crew should come prepared for anything.
Right.
That's it. But we definitely know the stuff and the aid and our prep is helping them.
Yeah.
In the event that there's a gap in their planning.
Got you.
Because it's not what's going to go wrong; it's when is it going to go wrong and how you're going to fix it.
Yeah, and I want to let's chat a little bit about this here. Okay, do you, with the experience that you have, knowing that especially out here, if we focus really on the folks that were running the 100, the 36-hour, because they're still out there, even the 100-kilometer and the 50-miler. Do you have a plan on the type of food that you will have available at particular times? Is there a strategy to that?
Yeah, I'll jump in first and build on it. I think yes, and that's come from a couple of years now doing this.
Okay.
And knowing the ebb and flow of when people come and there's different race starts and different distances, And one of the things that we're conscious of is making everybody, again, back to that Disney World mentality. It's the first for everybody, whether it's their first 5K, 10K, first 50K. You want to make it special for everybody, but at the same time, we got to balance. You got folks that are out there for 24, 30 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't have them blocked up and out of food. We can't be out of food and have them blocked up at the tables by folks that are just rolling in
Okay.
to start. So for us, it's a little bit of crowd control, a little bit of food control. We've definitely narrowed our focus into having specific foods at specific times, which helps us stay organized.
Absolutely.
But that didn't happen overnight. That was something that we learned from experience doing aid stations. And one of the things that we do when we go out on our runs is often volunteer as well, because you're out there. It's kind of funny if you're out on 100 or 200. There's a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
So it's good to keep the crew active and busy and giving back. And that's where we've picked up some tricks of the trade by volunteering at other races.
Nice.
Bringing it back here.
That's nice.
Take the best and leave the rest.
That's nice. What about you, Doug?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, this is not something that just like happened overnight.
Okay.
This evolved into what it is, based on experience and on both sides of the fence, in doing this and being a participant. But there's nothing better than this.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's my opinion. We all have lives outside of this, and you come out here and everybody here wants everybody. I don't think anybody here wants anybody to fail.
Right.
Everybody's out here for the end result, for whoever's doing whatever it is they're doing.
Yep.
Whatever that distance may be, whatever that time frame may be, everybody's out here trying to get that individual to what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And without the aid station, like a lot of times, some of these folks are out here solo.
Yeah.
And they are relying 100% on that aid station, and that's where we take this thing to heart. We know that there's people out here trying to do this thing solo and relying completely on us.
Yep.
To get them through and get them what they need, and try to keep them moving as best we can.
Wow. Yeah.
I gotta tell you
yeah.
too, the way we're set up, this is a great spot to be set up, because you see this is the chute on the backside here, and you see people coming in. Look at we're watching a woman come in with her husband, his face, and their 2 kids.
Yep.
That's unbelievable.
Yep. And more than likely, they will go directly from the hugs to the aid station.
Hey man,
lot of
pizzas are
times.
for closers. Pizzas are for closers.
That's right.
Pizzas are indeed for. I like that. Pizzas are. That's a hell of a shirt. Kim, we
That
have a
is good.
shirt. Pizzas, Kim, we
Pizzas
have a
are
shirt.
for closers.
Pizzas are for closers.
Nice.
Okay, that's quotable right there. Absolutely have a shirt. How do you navigate? Because I've been watching you guys, and I know, like even last night, how do you navigate the challenges of running? You guys have had this aid station open since Friday, right? You set up Thursday, but you really have had this running since Friday. We're Sunday. How do you navigate when the challenges come up?
When you talk about challenges, I mean, there's always
However
always
you
something.
define it, right? However
There's
you're
always
defining
something.
challenge.
We're running low on this. These volunteers didn't show up until 3 hours later than we thought. This one is that. That's this. There's
Right.
always something, and a lot of that stuff comes from support from Kimmy.
Right.
Kool-Aid. These people that are out here getting us the things we need
Right.
to provide for the people that are exerting themselves in a way that like most people can't even imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I had to make a run for you guys last year, and it was literally after my 50K. I was done with my 50K, and I think you guys were running out of Coca-Cola, so I had to go into town. It was the thing. It was like, okay, I got it. I'll go in. I had to get like Coca-Cola and ice, I think.
There's been a lot of that going on. People coming in and grabbing propane tanks and hot dog and burger runs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Again, the preparation, back to your preparation question, we've gotten better at the needs. The amount of people and the needs and the time of the races and things of that nature. But you're still, like you said, you're going to run out of things. You're going to, it's not what's going to go wrong. It's when is it going to go wrong and how you're going to fix it. And there is just an army of volunteers here and people willing to help out and make this a success.
That's nice.
People like participating. It's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Is there a dish? Is there a food that you guys are serving this time around that you think has either A, become the most popular or your favorite to have made for everyone?
I don't know if there's a favorite to have made for everyone, but I can definitely tell you something that I never would have expected.
I'm gonna say the same thing.
I never would have expected in a million years to see so many hot dogs fly out of there.
Oh my God!
Really?
Would have never guessed in a million years that ultra runners would be looking to eat hot dogs. I really would not have guessed it. But guess what? We threw it out there and
Flying off
it
the
seemed to
shelves.
work for people. So we're probably going to continue to do it.
Yeah.
By the way, that's something we saw at another race. Our buddy Helgi was serving hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought it was the grossest thing on the planet, eating hot dogs and running long distances. But that's just me, I guess. Some
Yeah.
people, that's their jam. You know,
Wow. Well, you said it was the most popular thing that you've seen so far.
they're going. Can't keep them on the shelves.
Wow. How long does it take for you to set up? Because again, to me, it looks like, well, it fits. This is a trail running festival, so it makes sense. But it looks like it's a full blown restaurant that you guys have back there. How long does the setup take?
You know, we got lucky, or this is a part of that evolution, right? So, Kimmy got a tent company to set up the tent this year. You know,
Okay.
2 years ago when it was the first, it was a bunch of 10 by 10s cobbled together with duct tape, and that was Tropical Storm Ophelia.
Ophelia,
So it was rain.
the legendary one.
It was tough, you know. That tent is part of that evolution. One of the things we also wanted was with the tent was the space underneath to pull the tables back and keep everything out of the sun.
Right.
Because we're pretty good. One of the worst things is rolling into an aid station. There's stuff that's been sitting out there for 4 hours. You
Right.
know?
Not to mention bacon in the sun.
We got
Yeah.
we're pretty good at quality control, so you know we'll take something and 86 it if it's been sitting there for 45 minutes. And to that end, this tent allows us to pull things back, gives us the space. We've got 2 flat griddles in there, an actual grill, which has been remarkable. A couple different propane burners. We've got the pizza oven. We've got a spare pizza oven. So there's a lot of equipment in there to pretty much handle anything. And that's, again, the evolution, you know?
Wow, the evolution. And speaking, so final question for the both of you. When you talk about evolution, you said that probably on Monday you're going to go and start planning again. Any hints or any ideas of things that you think you may want to add or approach or strategy for next year?
I don't know. There's been a lot of talk about a cotton candy machine.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be a reality or not. I think a proper fry station might be good. We really haven't hit the fried zeppelis and the funnel cake. All right, my man, nice job.
There he is.
Alrighty.
Nice job.
Nice. He's here.
Variation in food. We like to keep something special on the back burner.
Okay.
We did pulled pork quesadillas 2 years in a row. Those things flew off the shelf again. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
We'll
Well-
definitely have something up our sleeve.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there was a ton of talk about a cotton candy machine. We did try something a little funky last night.
yeah,
Little-
I forgot. I want to talk about that. What
little
was
outside
that?
of
Go
the,
for it. Go for it.
A little outside of the norm. We threw a generator in the truck and we took a ride out into the woods out there and we set up a couple of disco balls and and a table and we threw some candy in there and tried to surprise some of these guys with a.
What was their look like when they saw this, especially in the middle of the night? Did they think they were hallucinating?
Yeah, I think
It was not very well received.
No,
I can tell you
it was,
that. We don't really know if they even
listen,
knew we
you
were there.
You try stuff and they don't work, you get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
Definitely not the reception that we thought. Plus, and we've been there. Probably a bit of a what is going on? Am I seeing that? Because it was
Yeah.
a weird sight for us, and we're not running all night. A couple
But
disco balls deep in the woods.
But like we said before about a work in progress, you know what I mean? We tried something, it didn't work, and we're already building off of that
Gotcha.
and trying to work out something a little different so it's received a little
The
differently.
intent was very true. Right?
Love the intent.
Yes.
Wow. But yeah, I can see because I would have been hallucinating at that stage and okay, is this real or not?
Well, this is a run that's great for folks that are solo.
Right.
or their pacers aren't with them the whole time. So, there are a bunch of folks that are out there on their own, just head down, getting it done.
Yeah.
They didn't have time for hallucinations or disco balls.
Got you.
It's pretty fun.
So for tonight, what time do you see yourself breaking down? Is there a certain time?
This place is over at 7, right?
I'll tell you what, since we don't got to break the tent down and somebody does that for us, it's going to be a lot quicker.
I hear you.
But I figure about 9:30.
9:30?
That's what it was last year about, so hopefully we can do better.
Got you.
I hope so. I want to go home. I'm tired.
man.
And how long do you sleep for?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Or last night, you mean?
Or no, tonight. Last night I saw you guys. You got no sleep.
No.
You guys got no sleep.
A little bit.
Tonight as much as I can, but tomorrow's a busy work day. We're back
I
at
gotta
it.
go to work myself, yeah.
These goddamn day jobs are getting in the way.
They really do get in
They
the
get in
it
the way of my
sucks.
ultra running.
I love my job, but they suck.
Yeah. Got you. Well, look, Maddie, Doug, I love what you guys do. You guys have helped me out. It's always great
My
what you
pleasure.
do for the aid stations. To everybody out there, if you ever get a chance, please come and run a trail race out here and see what they do for the aid station, not just for Wild Goose, but for the ones that Sasquatch and Kim has throughout the entire year. I think it's phenomenal. So we're going to let Maddie and Doug get back to what they do, and then I'm going to close out the show for today and everything. So you guys are, in my teacher's voice, dismissed. If you want to.
I'm sorry this is over because it's been nice sitting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Feel free to sit. It's all good.
We appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you.
No
Thanks,
problem.
man.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. So as we now, transition from talking to all the individuals, I'm going to get back to talking about some of the compelling stories that came through. So yesterday we had about 5 to 6 compelling stories that we read about. And so before we close out the show today, I want to read, there's about 5 to 6 more stories that I do want to talk through because we want to honor the people and we want to honor their why in terms of why they are trail running, why they are going out here and they're doing these ultra marathons. Please keep in mind, for those of you that are new or don't really understand trail and ultras, that the individuals that are running the 100-milers, the individuals that are running the 36-hour races, and even maybe some still out there on the 100K, they started their race at 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Let me say that again. They started their race at 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday. It is now, by my watch, 12:59, 1 p.m. The next day. And they're still out there. They're still in the mountain, in the woods, going over rock, roots, and everything. The different climates from cold and to heat. So they're doing absolutely all of that. And so with that being said, this is why it's important to understand their why. So let's get in to some more of the stories. I'm going to start with Chelsea Walker. So now Chelsea is doing the 36-hour race. And so a couple of questions that were asked for her. She's already done her first 100 miles. She came to Wild Goose last year and had an amazing time. One of the memorable parts was the fact that one of her friends was in a bad place and the company's support, sort of kind of got her through and felt special knowing that she felt that way too, willing to wait for her to get that feeling and that the notice of being true friendship. Says that this is like a class reunion in terms of being here at Wild Goose. And I can see that, the highs, the lows, just what's shared jointly through so many people here within this community. She wants to dedicate this to her mom. And then favorite food, awesome sauce or leftover pizza. Okay, so Chelsea, since you're doing the 36-hour, make sure you get a pizza made, by the aid station. They're here until 7 p.m. All right. Her motivational is, you're stronger than this, Chelsea. Just keep moving. And who put all these damn rocks here? I hear you. For trail running. on mean trails. Trail name Honey Badger, and if they had it run the entire Wild Goose in a costume, Shira, Princess of Power. I hear you, Chelsea. Okay. This is, I think we read on Billy Bush. Yes, we did. We got you yesterday. Okay, let's go to Gabby Peterson. So, Gabby, this is her second attempt at a 100-miler. She did her first attempt she did her first attempt in Vermont 100. But, DNF, but she did 83 miles. I have a hard time seeing people DNF when they've done so many miles. Excuse me for 1 second. Go, Greg! I see you! You look great! Greg is doing a 36-hour. The man is a salute to you, Greg. I hope you see this, man. Salute to you. I'm very proud of you because I know what you went through last year. And now you're out here and you're looking strong. So I see you, brother. I'll be up there to continue to cheer you on. Okay, so back to Gabby. Gabby, here, her why, her two boys, and, also showing that we can do hard things. Sometimes it takes extreme courage, patience, and resilience. But if you want to achieve something, you can do it. A memorable experience that, throughout the Wild Goose training included one race into the mix, climb for climate at the Bel Air Mountain. Said when they got there in Family Rive, I got checked in and my number, went to the bathroom and went back to get the car ready. She forgot her running shoes. Thankfully, the Arctics, Woodbury Commons was there and they gave her a demo pair. Great for you, Gabby. She's done a few Sasquatch events before in hype. Yes, Kim does put on the best events, hands down. Love following along the first 2 years of Wild Goose, and like many of us, FOMO of missing out. So, Sasquatch events is special, and if you want to compete 100 miles, Wild Goose would be the place to do it. Yes. Kim's handmade. We have not talked about Kim's handmade medals. So, heads up, everyone. When you get a medal from here or a buckle, you know that Kim makes all of them handmade? You get a custom one. You get one that's unique just to you. Just keep that in mind. That's a wow. That's how dedicated Kim is to this. Okay. Who she want to thank? Her husband, Justin, her two boys, Ari and Liam, and wouldn't be on the stop line without them. Justin's the most supportive husband. He believes in me more than I believe in myself and encourages me to no end. Ari and Liam encouraged me to do hard things. Okay, what is favorite food? She says boring, but flow formulas. Interesting. Our motivational phrase? Like to sing Pink Pony Club. I've never heard of that before. The Pink Pony Club. Oh, wow. Got to find out what that is. Trail name? No. Will you give me one? Pink Pony? You like Pink Pony Club? Pink Pony? I don't know. Sounds like a winner to me. And if you had to run this is hilarious. I think I like this one more than respect to everybody, but I think this wins it for me. Had to run the entire Wild Goose in the costume. What costume would you wear? She said Bobby Boucher, the water boy. So, Gabby, I got to ask, if you saw a bear on the trail, would you think that bear was saying something disrespectful to you, and then you would end up going from trail running to tackling the hell out that bear? Is that you, Gabby? Especially if you're going to say that you were Bobby Boucher. I'm just curious. All right, let's continue on. Lauren Scott. Yes. Okay, so Lauren would inspire. This is her first 100 miles. Congrats. This is actually, she's going for 36 hours, so even more than 100 miles. Congratulations to you. Way Yonder is actually her state park. This is her home course. It's where she trains, grew up her whole life, signed up to do the 12-hour race in the inaugural Wild Goose in 2023 in hurricane rain, Ophelia. Yes, the legendary one. And with the torrential downpours, she still kept doing it. Memorable moment. Get this. She went to the bathroom and got attacked by wasps. That's bathroom in the woods. The woods is a bathroom. So, 12 stings. I really don't want to know where those stings were. Ooh. But she said she felt fine the next day. All right. Congratulations to you. Yes, and we hope that your restroom trips have been with less drama this time around. What does Wild Goose Trail Festival? She loves the festival. Met so many incredible people. Honored to call friends and Sasquatch and running, and anyone's come out through the Wild Goose. Anyone you want to thank the race to, her two best buddies, good ask for her dogs, Lily and Dolly. Yay. They come on most of her training runs. I see you. Favorite food? Thinking about those Impossible Burgers. And she's a fan of Oreos and quesadillas. What's the funny to go motivational phrase? Put one foot in the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. It seems like it's an old claymation Christmas song. Okay, gotta Google it. Trail name? Nope. And if you had to ask a Wild Goose, don't ask me this. She's gonna do it next year. Ooh, interesting. Okay, we'll see. All right. Let's go on to the next person. We have Jessica Armstrong, who's running her first 100-miler. No, this is her fourth attempt at the distance. So this is an attempt. So let's see if she finishes. We'll check out that, and I'm pretty sure everybody else will check out. Sorry, I don't like lantern flies. Okay, excuse me. Okay, I'm back. All right. So what inspired you to sign up for this? The personal why. Said, since I first saw the buckle for this race, I knew I needed to put it on my ever-growing buckle list. I like that. We have bucket lists. I think I like buckle lists better. There's something incredibly amazing about seeing what my body and mind can do over the course of 100 miles. I'm excited to run in a state I've never run before. Welcome to New Jersey, on the border of New York, but I'm from Jersey. That's why we prioritize Jersey. Okay. And then said, meet new trail friends, coming to the race solo. Wow. Going crewless. Wow. Okay, I got to check on you, Jessica, see how it's going. Excited, nervous for this challenge. Okay, memorable moment. Faced a lot of challenges. Most memorable is dealing with 60 miles of inner thigh chafing on the first 100 milers she completed. Wow. Ouch. Don't recommend that. She uses tons of lubricant. I'm in pain just thinking about that. Getting out there on the trail is seeing new people, places, meeting friends, being inspired greatly impacted her life. Better person to ultra running and feel like constantly new in ways to overcome challenges and setbacks. Yes, indeed. She's dedicating this to her family. Favorite food item, potatoes. And the potatoes were the bomb, but it looks like the hot dogs were better. But the potatoes are the bomb here at the aid station. Funny motivational phrase, choose strong, dig deep, stay brave, believe you get to do this. Nice. Trail name, no, but she wishes she did. We'll think of one, but I'm thinking Jessica Armstrong. Always strong Jessica. We'll figure that one out. Running taste race, Wild Goose race in a costume, a raccoon. Cool. Interesting. All right. Let's see here. We next have Abby Copeland. All right. So Abby says this is her first 100. Congratulations. Again, she's doing the 36 miler. Okay, just a few weeks. What inspired her? Turning 40th birthday. Happy birthday. Wanted to sign up for this race. Ever since she learned what a ultramarathon was 10 plus years ago. Slowly made her way up after each distance. Her dream of one day running a 100-miler. And she wanted to do about 40. Of course, life is busy. We get it. Anyway, she's putting the hours upon hours, and instead of doing the 100-mile option, she went bold and went the 36-hour option. Her goal is to still to run the 100 miles, though, under it. But for her 40th around the sun, she wanted to celebrate however far she can go, whether it's 100 miles, 100 kilometer, 40. And, we're going to check on that as well to see where you are, Abby. Over the past several years, she's worked really hard to build up the mileage. Congratulations to you, Abby. Memorable moment. She signed up in 2019, 50-miler, did not start because she had to have emergency surgery and was unable to do a real sort of training in the miles. Over the course of 5 years, she had a number of health issues that prevented her to doing the 50-mile race and set her back. Finally, 2024, after resolving most of the health problems, she completed her first 50-miler. Congratulations to you, and had the best stay and smile the entire time, and that made her inspired to do the 100-miler. Wild Goose, meeting her personally, she's participated in two Sasquatch trail races, full of so much love, fun, and love. Support in the community from the first attempt at 100 miles. Choose the race because to me, whatever distance I go, will be a celebration, and I know this race will have exactly that, love and support. She dedicates this to her husband, her daughter, and best friend, who are her biggest cheerleaders, and the crew is on there that mean the world to her. Favorite foods: salted caramel, goose, pickled chips. She says not at the same time. That's okay if it's at the same time, though. All right. Funny motivational phrase: give me wings so I can fly. Popped in the head when she was running her second marathon just weeks after her grandmother passed away. Condolences. Felt special and always used gets hard. Trail name: no. She spent so much time on trail. Perhaps this is the trail where she'll be given one. Uh, Her costume would be Jack Swellington onesie if it wasn't so hot, and was saying "This is Halloween" on repeat to complete the look. Very, very nice. Let's see here. We have Scott Myers. We got two more to read. Scott Myers. He keeps it short and sweet. Wow. This is his seventh 100th miler. Go ahead, Scott. Why is he doing this? Looks like a fun race. Want to experience some North Jersey trails. Wow. Memorable moment every Tuesday running at Valley Forge with friends. Okay, so he's from PA. All right, Scotty. What does Wild Goose Trail Festival read? Running keeps me able to deal with life stresses. Yep. And who's he dedicating? His two boys, keeping him motivated to run. Salute to you, Scott. Continuing through. Okay, so we got two more to read. Julie Alexander. Congratulations, Julie. This is your first 100 miler. She actually signed up for the 100K, but the natural progression after running 250 milers was that. So she made the big jump to the 100 miler and found a race report from John Monroe last year, and she wanted to give it a try. So she's doing it. Memorable moment: she ran Cabin Fever 50K in West Virginia. Cold and rainy for the entire event. Favorite moment: she fell backwards into a raging waterfall about 25 miles in. Wow. Luckily, a trail angel was there and helped pull her out the water. She said she definitely questioned her sanity a few times on the race, but she's sure she'll be doing that even more today. What does Wild Goose Trail mean personally? She's a mother of three, many years where her body did not feel like her own. When her youngest turned one, she decided she needed to reclaim her body and began running. Took her a few years to give trail running a try. Super clumsy, so running in the woods seemed like a terrible idea, but she fell in love with it. Trail running clears her mind and brings peace, and being part of the Sasquatch community has helped feel more like herself in years. Anyone she wants to thank. Huge thanks to her mom, who was crewing the weekend, and also to her husband, who has kept her well fed throughout training and not complained for any of her long runs. Favorite food: peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and quesadillas and pickles and Coke, and could go on all night. Nice. What is her motivational phrase? Usually say, "You got this," along with lots of four-letter words when the rocks and roots. Thank you. Finally, someone that admits there's a lot of four-letter words when you're hitting those rocks and roots. I appreciate your honesty. Do you have a trail name? No, but she wants one. Let's help her find one for Julie. And then, last but not least, if she had a costume, what would it be at Wild Goose? Something big, inflatable, so she could use as an air mattress for a dirt nap. Very nice. And then, last but not least, is Brian Barfoot. Okay, and he tried to Vermont 2019, but DNF'd at the 49 mark due to overheating in 95-degree weather. Wow, I hear you. So this is going to be the first one that he probably completes. All right. So now, inspired to do this, a personal why. He said revenge. He said he's not lying, revenge. He said the Vermont 100 got the best of him, and he wanted to prove he's worthy of a buckle. He checked out the website for Wild Goose, knew you love it, and the energy and the right mix of preparation and goofiness. Yep. Memorable moment. While back training for winter 50 miler, got bad weather for a snow day. Any trail runner knows this is a perfect excuse to go out and run 15 miles on the Erie Canal. So that's what he did. 10 miles in, stopped, took a selfie of his ice beard, got home, saw the local news was asking what people had done with their day. All sent it in. About an hour later, I get a phone call from them saying they want to interview me, make sure I was okay. Fun interview, full of confirmation that most of the world thinks we're crazy. Salute to us trail runners and ultramarathoners. We are crazy. Note, just Google my name and Icebeard, and the interview comes up. So cool, Brian. All right. What does this festival mean to you personally? Very little world more beautiful than me, spending long stretches of time in the woods. Think about important challenges yourself and do adventurous new things, especially in your 40s, 50s, and beyond. Wild Goose feels like the perfect race for the buckle. We are doing something very difficult. Squatch team seems to recognize and take it seriously. You insist on calling this a party, making sure that no matter how much struggle and suffering we all endure, we understand that it is all in good fun. Anyone you want to dedicate the race to. Brian wants to dedicate it to his wife, Tara, who puts up with a lot of hours of him in the woods and smelling like smelling rancid with running clothing. He's internally grateful for his wife Tara's support. I hear you, Brian. Favorite food: peanut M&Ms or grilled cheese. Go-to funny motivational phrase when you're hitting a tough patch: I count my steps when I need to push through a rough patch. I make weird noises, horse noises, goat noises, whatever makes me laugh. I sing to myself and whine a lot. That must have been interesting last night in the woods. All right. Trail name, Turtle Boy, although some friends shortened it to Turbo. A few years left. Interesting. And then last but not least, if you had to run the entire Wild Goose race in a costume, what costume would you wear? He said he'd dress like a black bear and run as quietly as possible to add motivation to my fellow racers. That would be motivation if you dress like a black bear. I think everybody that saw you would probably run their personal best time. Hilarious. Well, those are the compelling stories. And so we are now, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of our live stream for Sasquatch, Trail Runners Wild Goose Trail Festival. This has been an absolute moment, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this, and for those of you that will watch on the playback. What we hope that we have done is shared more than just statistics on the race, more than just who the winners were and what records were broken. But, our objective here was to get into the heart and soul of trail running, and that is that this is a community, and that trail running and ultramarathon is a metaphor for just so many things in life. It is a metaphor for community. It is a metaphor for pushing through, for getting through struggles, overcoming adversity, finding out more about ourselves and who we are. Our journeys to connect with Mother Nature, connect with community. And I really think in this time, reconnect with all that's good in humanity. I'm not going to get on no type of political rant because this is not the place for it. But there is something to be said about the spirit of humanity that is shared, and the need for us to recognize that in every single one of us. And I think the races, and especially the races here with Sasquatch, but not just with Sasquatch, I think in the majority of the other trail races and trail festivals and just this community, you see that, an acknowledgement and a connection to all that is good with our humanity, all that is good with the importance of protecting Mother Nature. And that's what it was about. And I hope we did our job here as volunteers on this, but I hope we did our job in bringing that and conveying that message to you from, the very first interview, from the very first start of the 100-mile race into, the closing, that we have here. I really hope we've done that. And so, with that being stated, I'm gonna tell them to get from behind the computer and come out here, Shy. Come on out. So, this guy has become like pretty much a brother from another. Like, really. Um, can they're able to see you?
It's on the Y1. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow. This is crazy because we literally made this up from 7 a.m. yesterday. Like, wow. Here, just take talk.
I got nothing to say. I hit the ones and twos, and Elmani brings the people in, and we have conversations on who we think would be a good chat. We talk with Kim about who would be a good chat. The audio levels could be correct. They could be wrong. Eyeline could be right. It could be wrong. It's just been a privilege to kind of be out here and kind of try and paint the ethos of Sasquatch through the participants of this race. So I think you've been an incredible host. It's been great to listen and watch. Yeah, no one can hear us when we're not on microphone, but I appreciate you calling me out. You know I hate being up front here. Yeah, and, well, I appreciate it. Made it happen. I guess this is the formal sign-off. The formal end won't happen until I'm on the other side. So as I walk 180 degrees to my pile of wires back there, I'll hand it off to Almani for one last sign-off.
Yes, indeed. So, to Kim, to Kool-Aid, to Maddie, Doug, to Joe, to Penny, Rosie, we see you still out there. Rosie, I'm going to try to find you, and I'm going to see if I can pace you because I'm going to go put on my Pacers outfit, and maybe I can pace with you. Salute to what you're doing. Now, before I sign off, I got to say this. Rosie, didn't get a chance to interview you because you're out there doing 100. You're doing God's work. Look, salute to you again. We love the service of your son. You know, of course, your movement to run 100 milers in his honor, passing from suicide. And we're honored that this is number 98. So when we sign off, I'm going to look for you. And if I'm honored, would love to, pace you through a loop, no matter whether it's the pink to the checker to the blue. Would love to run side by side with you. But this has been an honor and an amazing experience. I look forward to doing it again. To Kim, nothing and none of this happens if you don't be who you are. You are a testament to what every human being should be. You're a sis now to me. You're a sister. So, I really, really, really definitely do appreciate you. And to everybody watching, and also salute to the playback, the people that will watch on the playback, because I know this playback is going to be a vibe. I do know that. I have confidence in that. Listen, salute to all of you. Get people out here, though. And for anybody that hasn't trail run or done an ultramarathon, if none of these interviews, I believe there's going to be an interview. There's going to be here something that sparks you to say, you know what? Let me try this. Come on out here. Dip your toe in the water. The water's warm. Come on. We're back there. That lake is still warm. It's right there. It's warm. Come on. Put your foot in. And then get a little deeper. And then a little deeper. There's no sharks in there. Okay? Let me say it again. There's no sharks in there. So come on in the water. It's fine. All right. So finally, signing off. I am your host, Elmani S. Viney. This is Sasquatch Trail Running at the Wild Goose Trail Festival in the beautiful Way Yonder State Forest on the border of New Jersey. Put that first because I'm from Jersey and New York. Peace, love, and see you on the trail.